What's up, my fellow nerds? Welcome back. Please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, recommend it to anybody. Today's episode's Sleepy D's thoughts on the DC Universe and what he has to think. Once again, for Sleepy, I'll give him all the titles. It'll be Creature Commandos, a TV animated series. Waller, starring Viola Davis, based off of the Peacemaker TV show with most of the cast. The first film will be released on July 11th, 2025, Superman Legacy, based on the comic. Then we're going to get our Lanterns live-action TV show based on Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart with other Lanterns appearing. We're going to get The Authority. The Jim Lee-created Wildstorm characters will officially be brought into the DC universe. Paradise Lost, a live-action throw on the Themyscirians from Amazon, basically Wonder Woman's tribe, for lack of a better term. The Brave and the Bold Batman film, focusing on Bruce Wayne's and Damian Wayne, his son. A Booster Gold live-action TV show. Supergirl movie called World of Tomorrow, based on the comic run, and a Swamp Thing film. So, Sleepy, what are your thoughts on these?
Well, since I've seen Man-Thing in Marvel, I'm kind of excited to see what they do with Swamp Thing. That one I'm excited for. The Green Lantern one, as you guys previously spoke, I feel like that should have been a movie. At least 2 different movies. Like, give each corps a different movie. Like, you know, like the feeling, I believe it was, that each ring has if it's a different color.
Yeah.
So give them each their own movie.
They are both Green Lanterns.
Yeah. But, like, give them all their own,
He mean
their own backstory.
each lantern ring
Yeah.
or each corpse, give them a movie. So the Red Lantern corps get a movie and stuff like that.
That would be nice.
Yeah, just split it up. Why does it feel like it's being compiled super tight again instead of letting things breathe?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're introducing so many brand new things at one time instead of focusing on your main core yet again. But, you know, it's worked before. It's a recipe that's worked in the MCU. So I have an open mind with it. I'm excited for Blue Beetle.
That's already coming out. That wasn't announced in the James Gunn slate. Now, rumor is that's going to actually stick around.
In his universe?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a rumor.
I like that.
A very strong rumor. He just didn't announce it yet. They want to see how it's received.
Okay.
It's got a lot of positive buzz because it's a character that people have been asking for.
I want to see that Blue Beetle movie.
Yeah, I want to see how
I'm
they
excited
do it.
for
Yeah.
it. I'm
Actually, out of all the DC movies coming out this year,
Blue Beetle.
that's the one I want to see the most.
Aquaman too.
Yeah.
After Namor, I want some more. I want Atlantis, not Taloan.
Okay.
I want
That is
Atlantis.
Well, what else? Sleepy, what else?
Let me get that list for 2 seconds, sir. Sorry, Sleepy has bad memory. I don't know much about Authority, the Brave and the Bold.
Brave and
Another
the Bold
Batman.
is the Batman and Damian Wayne, his son. That's what the Brave and the Bold is.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, it was on the next line. So another Batman with Damian Wayne. So which Batman are we having?
An older Batman with a teenage son.
Son. We're talking about not a...
Son.
Batman.
You're talking about a Batman in his 50s. No, 40, about
40s.
45.
Okay, so that could tie to one of the younger ones, and that could be anyone really.
Not really, because
Can't?
how's you going to have a younger Superman?
No, they've never said the age of Superman.
Superman's going to be young.
We don't know that.
That's what James Gunn
He's
said.
Kryptonian.
They don't age like we do.
Right.
But James Gunn said that he didn't want Henry Cavill because he's a younger Superman.
No, what I'm saying is they age differently.
That is true.
So he could still be in his 40s, but he'll be cast by someone in his 20s.
Oh, that'll be nice. To make him look young, yeah.
Yeah, but I'd like to see Supergirl too.
Supergirl is interesting. I don't know the comic, but I read the synopsis like you.
I started reading it. I'm in chapter 4, comic book 4, and it's pretty good so far. It's very interesting. Like I said, I usually don't read DC,
Mm-hmm.
but that's a good story. It's a real story. It's like a. It reminds me like of a kind of like Mad Max Fury Road, like that apocalyptic type stuff, and it's good. I like so far I liked it. I think I got like 4 more comics to go, and I'll be done with that. I might jump into that Superman All Star, see how that Legacy movie might sound.
Right.
But besides that, everything else sounds okay. We found new stuff. If you do you know that that Lantern movie is gonna be based on Earth?
Yeah. It seems that way.
That's what.
Remember the early days of the Green Lantern, Green Arrow comics from the 70s. They told Green Lantern it's great, Hal Jordan, you're out there saving the universe, but you're not doing anything for the street level people.
Mm-hmm.
And so they sort of pushed it back to Earth, and it's sort of why they created John Stewart. Because he was more Earth-based, even though he eventually ended up in space. He was more Earth-based. And with the Green Lanterns, you could always reboot. That's why there are 19 different Earth-based heroes that are in Green Lantern. Whenever a character runs stale, you just reboot.
Oh, yeah.
When they did Cal Stewart, he had him come out as gay. Fans didn't like it, so they created somebody else. And that's where you get a Muslim character. That's where you get a Hispanic character. You can always reboot the Green Lanterns within the Green Lantern and never kill anybody off. You just take them to space. And always bring them back for a biggest event. I like your theory, though, on the lanterns. Each ring, that's a TV show. Because the red ones are the evil ones. The pink ones are the lovey-dovey ones. Yellow ones. You do every color.
Not only,
You know where I'm going with this, right?
yeah,
You could get
Blackest Night and stuff like that.
That's the only reason I ever read the lanterns, because
Yeah.
someone told me
The Sinestro War.
the Sinestro War. They told me to don't start at Blackest Night. Go back here and bring it full.
It starts at Green Lantern Rebirth.
And I
Then
did
you
that.
go to Sinestro Wars.
Yeah.
Then you go to Blackest Night and then Brightest Day.
And you could do that
Great
as a
story.
TV show. But like maybe every week is a different color.
I did read that. I read
And
the
then
Green
you
Lantern.
do that
is
for
great.
like 2
That
seasons.
could work, yeah.
And then
No.
you bring it there.
And the fact, and that's a good idea too. To be honest, the show is not called Green Lanterns.
It's called Lantern.
Called Lantern.
Lanterns.
Oh, baby, I'm overthinking it.
No, you actually thought it perfect.
No, you actually thought it perfect. We all been saying Green Lantern, Green Lantern, Green Lantern. No, it's called Lanterns for a reason.
Right.
So I expect we probably might be on Earth,
Yeah.
but we'll probably have, like, let's say a lantern with a red ring terrorizing people in a city.
Yeah.
And this Hal Jordan and John Stewart, right?
Save
Right.
the day.
No, they're like undercover, trying to uncover this. So it's basically like, like a
Spy thriller.
exactly with, like, with that like Law and Order type of stuff, like thriller. But at the end of the day, you get to find out, like, it's the Red Lantern,
Right.
or is that? That'll be cool. To be honest, that'll be amazing. So that's a good one, bro.
It would.
I caught up a little bit.
Yeah. So that would be a good concept to see it. I know the one of the pink lanterns is Hal Jordan's ex,
Yeah.
who he wouldn't give
forget
up being a lantern for, and she got angry and she got a ring. She became a villain with it. There's so many different ways you could go with a lantern show that
Versus
I
just
would still
Green
rather have it as a movie, but as a show, you could expand it out so much.
And then if you ever do like Blackest Night, you already got the
setup.
you already got the actors you had to cast to play the Blackest Night. You had, and he said, nah, but he'll come. You could have Henry Cavill be zombie Superman.
Right.
You could have Batman Ben Affleck's Batman be
Or Michael Keaton.
Micah Keaton, or any Batman be
Clooney, just for a cameo.
just for a cameo, or even Christian Bale's Batman
Right.
could be zombie Batman, and then you could have like a zombie Wonder Woman, because that's how the story goes.
Yep.
That there's
I know he'll never do it. You can get Ryan Reynolds to play the original Alan Scott version from the 1930s from the Justice Society. Come in and play that version of Green Lantern that was a zombie in there.
exactly.
He'd
So
never do it, but I would like.
so
to see
that'll be stuff that they could do
right.
at the end. So, and the fact that we're getting Swamp Thing shows you that we're going to horror territory.
Right.
Oh yeah. So I raised the question. James Gunn's worked with the guy who knows the recipe for success. Do we trust his process now that we thought deeply into Lanterns? With how he could bridge that timeline into different...
My opinion, it's not James Gunn. It's Warner Brothers Discovery and the next person that buys them.
Mhm.
Are they willing to take the time and see it through?
Sure.
And start with small victories, $500-600 million, and work your way up to $1 billion.
Mhm.
And don't just expect $1 billion out the box just
But-
because you put Superman or Batman's name on it.
No.
But that's what I think is going to happen.
Precisely.
They're going to expect a $1 billion movie. It's not going to happen.
Takes
And boom. And when this movie's coming out, we're going to be right from the hotness of Khan Dynasty, right?
Mhm. Yep.
This movie's not going to make $1 billion.
No,
It
this
might do like a 700.
This movie comes in between Captain America New World, Superman, Captain America New World Order in front of it, Thunderbolts after it. That's a lot of pressure to make $1 billion in about 5 or 6, with other movies coming out in the summer as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of pressure in 5 or 6 weeks.
And you're hoping
For a
lot
movie that's going to jumpstart our universe.
Yeah.
and you're hoping for a lot of traffic to see the TV shows as well.
Right.
It's a lot.
But HBO, whether you like them or not, dominates TV.
They know their shit. I mean, clearly with The Last of
You
Us.
put it on Sunday night. No, I'm seriously. You put it on Sunday night, who can fuck with them?
Nobody.
The
Look
Last
at
of
The
Us,
Last of Us.
no matter what I think of it, The Last of Us showed you that HBO says, fuck Warner Discovery. We're still the king of TV.
And they're great.
So can Lanterns and these TV shows be a success? Yes. Will it be successful enough for the owners?
To get given a chance and spending money on it.
It was easy for Disney when they bought Marvel to be patient. They had Star Wars. They got Pixar. They got animation. So if one slips, we got 3 or 4 more. Marvel didn't have a great year in 2022, but look at Avatar.
Had a
To
fan.
let Disney know that
fantastic
Disney's
year.
still king. Because they can be patient.
Mm-hmm.
Warner Brothers Discovery, or whoever owns them next, can they be patient and let it grow? You're not going to jump off the box billion,
No.
300 million views, 300 million views. You got to grow this universe. Because after this year, you're going away basically for almost 2.5 years.
Yep.
Sight
So we
unseen.
can catch up.
And then you're going to start up. You got to build the excitement. You're going to go visit all the Comic-Cons around the world and build this.
Funneling in the funds so you can
Show trailers.
Show trailers.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And
actually show trailers.
That's what other people who
People
tried to
need to
start a
know.
universe does not realize. Marvel didn't just go boom and we had a universe. They built it.
Yes.
And they were willing to do the work.
And like you said, even if they slip, they got something. Disney got something else to fall on.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Warner Brothers Discovery does. Warner
They
Discovery.
depend on that. And to be honest, I think they actually do expect that Superman's gonna make $1 billion, which he ain't. He ain't. Especially not with the little Zack Snyder crybabies saying that they're not gonna support it. So
There's the big fire James Gunn petitions all out there.
exactly.
You should have
You
showed up
s-
at the movies.
No,
I'm sorry.
no, you should see the hate this guy is getting.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
like Tony said, oh, they're questioning everything. Like, oh, so Batman's older, but Superman's young. So why Henry Cavill couldn't be Superman? Oh, so how does everything get reset, but you keep Peacemaker around? Oh, yeah, because you're seen as your buddy and your wife is in it.
Yep.
Like, bro, he getting some real hate where I'm like, damn, you have to be that petty to really not give this guy opportunity. Like, man, to be honest, look. No, She-Hulk, no.
No, I said show up.
Oh, show up. Exactly, show up.
So traumatized.
Yeah, I'm so traumatized with She-Hulk.
Show.
Yeah, I'm like, this is not this, man.
Show up to the movies. when they
Exactly.
drop. You literally could have had Henry Cavill back, but you guys chose not to go to Black Adam for some odd reason. I don't know what you want us to tell you, but it failed. It's time to move on. I'm sorry.
No, they didn't even show up to the HBO mess.
We love your dedication. as
Justice League.
Nope.
They didn't show up to the Justice League.
And you fought, you cried on the internet to get that.
They, oh, just Zack Snyder, we love you.
Released the Snyder Cut. I saw that all over my Facebook, and no one showed up.
I watched it. It was garbage.
I watched it. It was garbage.
I didn't need to watch it. I didn't care.
I'm sorry,
Time.
but I think they need to stop crying and just accept the fact that it's over. Zack Snyder's done.
As,
What you love.
as theater owners, studio owners, stop listening to the fans.
Mm-hmm.
If,
And let this guy work.
yeah.
Let him cook, because I see
I did.
things coming from.
I did not, and I don't know, but you throw things and to fuel shit, because you didn't see what James Gunn said about Zack Snyder.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's just
Not a fan.
not
Let's
a
just say
fan.
he's not a fan of Zack Snyder. And
There's no reason
previous
for all that
administration,
But
which I tend to agree with.
I tend to agree. It was garbage.
Yeah.
It was garbage from the first.
Batman v Superman, they put an extra hour back on, like a director's cut, and it still sucked.
It did. It did.
Sucked.
I never watched it.
There's a 3-hour version of that movie.
It's not.
No, thank you.
Hey,
No.
visually, visually it's
No,
stunning.
visually, it's beautiful.
It's
looking.
beautiful.
Okay.
Like, you should watch it for the visuals.
Yeah.
All right.
At least even if it's one time. But story wise, it's crap.
Yeah.
It's crap. And it's the same thing we always have said. Zack Snyder do beautiful
Looking movies,
but
but
poor storytelling.
mm-hmm.
So he needs someone to write his scripts for him while he works on visuals.
But he doesn't allow that.
Only good movie he's ever done is 300 because it is an historical piece. Everybody knows the story. That was easy to tell.
Because Sucker Punch, beautiful.
Yep.
Suck.
Trust me. Sucker Punch is one of the best looking movies you've
Yes. Yes.
So even if he got someone to write his script for him and he just solely focused on visuals and someone wrote the plot for his movies, would you think it would work out then?
We'll find out with his Star Wars Netflix show that's based off of Star Wars, where
Because-
someone else wrote the script and he's directing.
It all depends.
If we have James Gunn's
Script, story.
slate and script and everything with Zack Snyder's visuals, you'd have a recipe for success.
Don't know.
Don't know.
I trust. I'm not the biggest James Gunn fan, but James Gunn has a lot of great movies and a lot of so-so movies.
And he got great horror movies
Right.
under his belt.
Zack
So
Snyder, like we said, has one movie. Call it good or great or whatever. He's got one movie I would recommend to anybody.
which is 300.
I wouldn't recommend anything else.
Everything else from him. Zack Snyder's basically the
The best visual effects
Michael Bay.
person. Yeah, he's Michael Bay.
Oh, for sure. Dude.
He's Michael Bay.
Dude, Transformers. When we
It's just the story. His stories are just like, I don't know, like they try to tell you a story and then like forgets about that one point and tells you another story and you're like, dude, what the fuck happened over here? So, and that's a lot of the problem with Batman versus Superman.
The problem is Michael Bay's movies actually make money. Zack Snyder's started
don't.
making less money to where they weren't making money at all.
Because no, another nice movie was Watchmen.
Yeah, I don't like Watchmen.
It was okay.
No. I'm
Visually.
the only one. Everybody I know loves that movie. I don't like that movie.
Visually, it's a nice movie. You should watch it.
Last of Us episode.
No, it's like it was too. To me, Watchmen was too comic book accurate. Like too comic book accurate. But everybody I know loves that film.
Watch it.
I'll watch it.
It's like 3 hours.
But
I'll watch it.
Get the director's cut with the animated comic book, which
So
will make it
4
about
hours.
4 hours.
Which is nice.
And it's
I
a
can pause it.
better movie, but trust me, it's almost 95% true to the comic.
It's
He took
nice.
the time to do that movie.
Is it Sandman monologue kind of?
No.
No, it's good though.
It has great action scenes.
Yeah, I got the comedian. Bro, it's a good movie. I went to see it at the theater.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It's kind of like sluggish,
Yeah.
and you had to really like pay attention to details. But it's a good movie.
It's an Alan Moore comic. And Alan Moore hit on politics in the 80s when no one else was doing it.
But it's good.
And he could stretch it out long. Like the original Watchmen Read 12 comics, which was never part of the DC universe at the time, was a great.
But now,
At the omnibus.
if you read the Watchmen, the comics, the movie sucks compared to that.
Yeah.
That comics is great. Watchmen, the comics, probably one of the greatest thing I had ever read.
And that's the problem I have is that as true as it is to the comic, he doesn't bring you what Alan Moore did.
What the comic brought to you.
Right.
Of course, nothing will ever do that.
No, but this is an old old comic, bro.
Good point. I did read some Deadpool, and you're right. Deadpool
You can't be
did nail
true.
it.
Sometimes.
But then again, Ryan Reynolds was just born for that role.
Right.
Honestly, realistically, he was born for Deadpool.
Yeah.
He thought he was born for Green Lantern, though.
Ha!
We should. It's the
so did Taika.
multiverse. It's the
Taika's also in that movie.
Yeah, it's true.
Angela Bassett's in that movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
All the MCU people are in that movie. So overall, you're happy? You're sad for DC?
I think it could work with if you treat it with the respect I hope that he emphasizes he has for it and the love he has for it. We'll get good shit. Mind my language. But if he treats it like crap, like every person who's held it before, it's going to end up like crap again, unfortunately. But there was a few, I have to correct myself, there was a few good movies.
Not that few good movies. It's just that I think that the DC universe couldn't be in better hands.
Yeah.
To be honest, when you say, "Oh, if he cares, he does care," what I think the problem's gonna be that people is not gonna support it,
True,
Yep.
good point.
and that's gonna be the fall of James Gunn DC universe, and we'll get a reboot by 2028 again.
Yep, by the new owners, because the new owners should be in place by time.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Because rumor has it they're setting themselves up to be sold again.
Yep.
And
you have a plan, it's easier to sell.
a certain piece of fruit might be the buyer.
Deuces, nerds.